are far worse things waiting, man, than death.
You will be scared shitless.
Good evening. This is S. Michael Sims, and with me, as always, is
Erin Dawn.
Slinky Giallo.
And tonight we are covering again another classic remake of a classic movie, 1988 remake of The Blob. And in preparation, I did go ahead and Christine and I actually watched the 1958 version, which, I mean, you're going to hate me for this. We kind of liked it a little better, but we're old. I mean, that's, it was just, to me, it was so charming and, a time capsule. Steve McQueen, come on. It was just, I don't know. I really, really enjoyed it. It was the movie theater scene, just I don't know, that old-timey acting. I love it. Like, my favorite 50s movies also took place in 58, Horror of Dracula, and The Fly, the original The Fly.
Yeah, the original
Speaking
Fly.
of which, they remade this because, in part, of the success of the 1986 remake of The Fly.
Mhm.
So,
The what is it? The thing they consider the trinity of remakes from the 80s is The Fly, The Thing, and The Blob.
yes.
These are the three big ones.
Yep, I would agree with that 100%.
I don't know. I can get into how I came up with the movie, or if you just want to jump into it, how do you guys want to do it?
No, go ahead. Let's hear it.
Okay. I grew up, well, I was in South Jersey, and Mom and Pop Video Shop, when the movie came out, we rented it. And so that would be 1989. And I probably rented that movie like 6 times, like that year, man. It was just so cool. Everything, I was just fascinated by it. The special effects, the nihilistic attitude of it.
Yeah.
And I just love the fact that they kill kids in that movie. The Blob doesn't care. The Blob will
Right.
just murder you. It does not. We watched some behind the scenes stuff on the movie, which was like super fascinating because we learned all kinds of stuff about this movie that I wasn't aware of.
Yeah, I poked around a little bit too, and
Yeah,
what you were
yeah.
just talking about with the killing the kids. They told the director, "You can't kill kids," and he's like,
He's like, "Watch me." Yeah, yeah. So it's awesome, and then like just learning all the connections between the two films with the preacher, and just it was really cool, man. It was really cool. But no, I love this movie. I grew up with it. I'm an 80s kid. I love the effects. The story's great. I love that it's spoilers, kids. I love that it's man-made and it
Yes, the
escapes.
government's
Like,
behind
it's
everything.
so cool. It's all the things that you think the government does. It's like, my crazy uncle was right, man. So it's really fun. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, I just dig it, man. I dig it. Yeah, we'll get into it, but I don't want to get ahead of myself.
And this was only like a second or third time watch for me.
Same for me. I hadn't seen it in 15, 20 years, but I remembered being blown away by the effects for sure. And of course, Shawnee Smith. Yeah.
No, but I love it. I love it. I think it has a stacked cast. It's fun. The special effects are fantastic. I love Tony Gardner.
Tony Gardner did the special effects for Rockula
and Out of the Dark.
Yeah.
and a bunch of other awesome horror movies.
Yeah, he's amazing. He's amazing. So just everything, and then yes, and the fact that the government's behind it and all that, and I will watch I don't care. I could watch Jeffrey DeMunn read the goddamn phone book. Like, I love him so much. So seeing him in that was great, briefly, of course. It's just fun. It's just a fun movie. I like it a lot. Yeah. It's not clunky either. It just keeps, it just goes.
Yeah, there's never any lull in it where it's like, oh, the exposition fairy is here to tell us everything, and
Right.
it's gonna be a long 7 minutes, man. That never happens. It's just cool. Yeah, I just said what you said.
Okay, Sims, take it.
Well, I mean, this Blob is very different from the original Blob in terms of the way it looks. And not at first. At first, it kind of looks the same. It's just an amorphous, kind of jelly looking thing. But the more people it eats, the more creatures it eats, the bigger it gets, the gorier looking it gets. And the main difference between this Blob and the original. Oh, and I would be remiss without mentioning the other Blob movie from 1972, Beware the Blob,
Yes, yes.
which I could not watch more than like 2 or 3 minutes of. It was
Oh,
so
see, I've
bad.
never seen it,
It
so
was so
I've never
awful. It's
seen
on
that one either.
YouTube if you're curious, but it's so cheesy. Oh my God. Directed by Larry Hagman, no less.
I know. We were shocked at that. I was like, Dallas, Larry Hagman? Wow. And that's the only movie that he directed too. So
The movie that JR shot.
aha.
But what else? I mean, guys, I enjoy this movie for what it is. I would say of the big three that we talked about, it's the most 80s of the three. It's got
Definitely.
that 80s feel. The soundtrack's very 80s, the clothes for sure. The dialogue, the pacing, it's very, very 80s. The mullets. Who can forget
Oh,
the
the
fucking
mullets.
Let
hairdos?
me tell him what I said to you. I was joking with her today when we were watching it, and I said, actually, I says the creature from outer space that's going to devour half the town is on Kevin Dillon's head, and ha ha ha, yeah, bah. So yeah, the mullets are pretty outrageous in this movie. I see. I don't even know where to start on it. That's the thing, because like
Slink, are
there's
you
so much.
comfortable kind of going through it chronologically? You've probably seen it more than us two.
If you want to go through it chronologically and we will comment on it, you know,
Okay. Let me try. And I watched it twice this week, and I fell asleep the first time because I was exhausted, and then the second time I just watched it yesterday. So I will try. It starts off very similarly to the original Blob, where an old guy kind of stumbles across this meteor, very reminiscent of Creepshow, meteor shit, you know.
Mm-hmm. 40
Um,
Verrill.
and our daring duo, our couple, find him screaming. He's got something attached to his hand. And they take him to the hospital. I mean, line for line, just like the first movie, except they weren't in a lover's lane, but bring him to the hospital, and it just keeps getting worse and worse. And of course, it's the 80s, so it's a lot more visceral, it's a lot gorier. They show him actually trying to chop his own hand off. And it just escalates from there. Like you said, Slink, you know, there is no real exposition. You know, you start meeting the characters who are going to die, essentially.
Yeah, it starts turning into like a body count flick. But it's I guess when they were making the movie, they were saying about the Blob, in order to make it scary, they were like, it's it was the three things. They had them printed on a t-shirt. It's always busy, it's always hunting, and it's always moving, I guess, on the move. And so they had to follow that in order to keep the Blob scary, so it didn't look silly. And but the scene where he finds the bum in the room and half his body's gone, that's insane to watch. And I always wondered, watching that scene, I always wondered what it would smell like when this alien would dissolve a human, because corrosive materials release gas, and gas smells. And so it's I always
Yeah.
I'm weird. So I was always curious. I'm like, oh, I wonder what that room smells like. It probably smells like balls. And so just yeah, but then we get introduced to Shawnee Smith, and you know the other guy's name.
Yeah, that's Donovan Leitch. That's Donovan's son and Ione Sky's brother.
The singer, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And,
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah, I love all the rabbit holes this movie provides.
oh yeah.
The writers of this film, Frank Darabont
And
and
Chuck Russell.
Chuck Russell, Nightmare on Elm Street 3. I mean, it doesn't get any cooler than that.
Nope.
We definitely have to do that film sometime. It's one of the big ones for me from the 80s.
Love
But
Nightmare
yes,
Train.
so they take this poor guy to the hospital. He's melting on the table. They pull back the sheet, and like Slink says, it must really reek in there because his guts have been acided through, I guess, melted through by this blob. And then it seeps out of the hospital, and
it goes out. Yeah, it goes out the thing. He runs from the room. What's his name? Corey Leach.
Donovan
Donovan Leach. Man, I was halfway there. And he runs from the room, gets the doctor, calls the doctor, and the doctor's like, the hand wound? What is this? And who is the doctor?
The doctor is Jack Nance
Jack
from
Nance.
Eraserhead.
Yes, Jack
And
Nance.
Meatballs 4, unfortunately. But he's Jack Nance is the doctor. The doctor comes in and he says that the hand wound,
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he just buzzes the nurse. Like once they do the reveal of all the entrails and etc. He buzzes the nurse and like leaves. That's it. And then Donovan Leitch goes into his office and calls the sheriff. And at the same time, there's like matter dripping from the ceiling, and he can't figure out what it is, but it's acid based because it's burning through through the desk. And they used actual acid and a styrofoam desk.
Styrofoam.
So, but yeah, then he looks up, and then he just becomes ensconced in the blob.
Totally engulfs him. And then Shawnee Smith gets up, runs, where's my boyfriend? Where's my boyfriend? And,
where's Paul?
Yeah, where's Paul? And that's one of the best shots in the movie.
Oh yeah, that's
the
most,
reveal when she when she turns that corner.
It's got to
man,
be
it's
the
so
most
good.
iconic.
That's what that poster was in the video store when I was a kid. So when my mom rented the Blob, I was like geeked the F out for it, man, because I remember walking past the door being like, holy shit, that's great. So yeah. So that kill is.
And so, do you want to talk about how they filmed that scene? Like, she didn't.
We
know
watched
it.
a thing on it, and it was crazy. They shot it last so they could learn everything they learned about the stuff they were using to film all the prior scenes, and like just to take your stuff, chef's kiss, man.
Yeah, chef's kiss, baby.
Then she grabs his arm and rips it off.
Rips the arm off, and then hits her head. Like she gets a concussion from pulling his arm off. It's amazing.
And as
also, the most interesting thing
so
for me
great.
for that about that scene for me was the fact that she didn't know that it was going to be him under all the blob makeup, and so they had been using a model like a prop every time for prep, and then finally, okay, we're going to do the scene. She walks in, and that great completely terrified scream was 100% real because she had no idea that it was going to be actually him covered up in blobness. So
nice,
fantastic.
Jellyfish, straight jellyfish. It's awesome.
Cool.
So Blob gets away, the cops get involved. The handyman is pulled into the sink.
The diner. That's
an amazing scene.
That's really cool, man. That freaked me out as a kid.
Because anytime you put your hand in the garbage disposal,
I always think of you remember The Incredible Shrinking Woman with Lily Tomlin. She falls down inside of the garbage disposal. Garbage disposal just freaked me out in general.
Garbage disposal are terrifying. And then the thing is, as a kid, that scene freaked me out. And then when I got my first job at Lone Star Steakhouse, I was a dishwasher. And that's a thing you have to do on the regular, stick your hand in the fucking drain. So this movie stuck with me, man. So every job I've ever had, anytime I had to declog a sink, gross kitchen stuff, the Blob was right there in the back of my mind. I was like, am I going to get sucked in here by my face? Like, what's going to happen? So
I love the fact that his head goes into it, because he sucks him in there, and then he's basically doing a headstand. Yeah.
It's so good, so good.
Yeah, and then the poor owner of the diner, Candy Clark is the actress.
Love her so much. I have loved her since American Graffiti.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Great
and
actress,
Amityville 3, which she's been in Cat's Eye. Yeah, she's been in lots of stuff. So,
but yeah, she tries to call the police, and she's in the phone booth, and yet another great friggin' scene. I mean, there's so many.
That's my favorite scene in the movie.
Kills.
Yeah, the phone booth, man. It's so
right
cool.
Before the Blob gets her, she hears on the phone. Well, she's looking for the sheriff. He already was on his way to the diner. Then you see the fucking face go by the glass of the fucking phone booth.
She digested the moon.
That actor, I love him. He was in The Green Mile. He was Dale on The Walking Dead. Does a lot of work with Frank Darabont. Excellent character actor. But yeah, he's toast. And just that really kind of he's dissolving look, and you see the star because
Yeah,
just to let
the
you know
star and his
that's
face
him,
is just
he's the
it's
sheriff.
just terrible. His
He's an
teeth,
ex-sheriff.
Yeah, there's some very messed up grills in this movie.
Oh yeah.
Like Donovan Leitch has a messed up grill. Kevin Dillon has a messed up grill.
Through a fence in this movie.
lot of wild teeth in this film.
Yeah.
So then
Well, at the diner, we
Shawnee's
have another scene from the original Blob, kind of an homage where they're in the freezer.
Yes, this when they discover the cold is what hurts it.
Uh-huh.
To jump back a second, we should cover a scene where it's what's his face, the guy in the car and the blonde.
Ricky Paul Golden. No, did you recognize the girl?
Did you recognize the bimbo in the car?
No.
Oh,
It's baby Erica Eleniak.
yeah.
From Under Siege and Baywatch and Playboy.
Playboy.
You know.
I should have recognized. I probably subconsciously.
Yeah, the one that he
recognized.
tries to date rape
Yeah.
is
Uh-huh.
Erica Eleniak. So yeah, that Ricky Paul Golden, who prior to this was a 12-year-old kid in Piranha Part 2. And he did another movie called Mirror Mirror. And he's a great like just sleazeball, like just disgusting. Like he just stopped short of like a Rohypnol. Like he was, you know what I mean? Like he's mixing drinks and he's got that jewelry box in his trunk that's just full of rings that he's giving to these girls. It's just disgusting.
It's wild. Yeah. So I wanted to mention that while we were
Yes.
talking about the scenes in the movie. Yeah, they run into the cooler, and that's when they discover that it does not like cold. It does not like those ice cubes, man. And so yeah.
So yeah, then they escape, and they go to the police station. They find out that the sheriff, I guess, is headed to the site where the meteor came down, and so they go out to the meteor site and they meet the government people, who the head guy is played by Willie Brown from Crossroads, is what I know him from.
Yeah. And the camp, eagle-eyed viewers will notice that the science camp where they're at is the same place from E.T. I guess where the scientists were at in E.T. out in the woods. It's same
Also
location.
wearing hazmat suits. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's the same thing. Yeah, that's all.
So they get quarantined.
Yep.
Just to add another level of, officious government, oppression.
Paranoia.
Yes.
Just the fact that they're like think like, oh yeah, like we've been rescued and no.
Not long after that, we have the scene in the theater, which is probably the most iconic scene from the original Blob.
Yeah.
And I love that motif in any horror movie. Anytime a horror movie takes place in a theater, I just think of the people going to see it in the theater, and it kind of adds that meta scare a little bit, like, oh, something could happen to me in a theater.
And we get an idea of this before because the kids are at dinner and the mom's like, "You're not going to see that trash."
Yeah.
And he's like, we're gonna go see Garden Tool Massacre. Like we have to. So it's cool. It's cool. They're seeing a horror movie.
Which you gotta love that title, a little
Absolutely.
nod to Texas Chainsaw and the Tool murders of the 70s and 80s.
Well, they said it was a nod of the hat to, or tip of the hat to Toolbox Murders.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, I forget the reason for that, but there was a reason. Like it was a favorite movie of somebody's somewhere. But the movie itself is very funny. The little bit they shot of, Garden Tool Massacre is really funny. It's pretty late for somebody to be landscaping out here. Like it's really funny. It's really good. It's really good. So
Cute dialogue.
yeah.
But some great Blob deaths in the theater. There's the girl that Shawnee Smith kind of turns over.
Oh yeah, the little
laying on her
redhead that was
face.
actually
Yeah.
Tony Gardner's girlfriend at the time.
Okay. And
I love
she's
the
just all
scene in
half
the
melted.
projection.
And,
Yeah, no, she's gnarly, man. I love the scene in the projection room with the attendant where the second guy goes in the room and he looks up and the guy's being absorbed into the blob. And it's like really cool, man. It's really well done. And then I guess it falls on that guy because you hear him scream, but the audience doesn't. And then it starts plucking people out of their seats, man. It's really cool. Yeah, I don't know. The special effects.
It is really like it does because
The
it starts.
effects are bonkers in this movie, man. And like the cool creative liberties they took with the blob, other than it being just a gelatinous mold, were like,
No, it kind of becomes a giant asshole with
it does. It does, you know. It turns into a flower butthole for a little bit. And so I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I think they said the main look that they were going for was a stomach turned inside out.
Yes, a vampire stomach.
Yeah, I think they
That's what
pretty well
they're- yep.
captured that. Brian learns that the blob is a biological warfare experiment created during the Cold War. You know, we find out that the main difference between the blob, the original blob, and this blob is that it didn't come from space; it came from here.
Mhm.
And I guess that kind of makes sense because movie, you know, it's like we shot a experimental germ into space. It was bombarded with cosmic rays or some shit, and then it, for whatever reason, ended up back in our own backyard. You know, they made it work, but yeah, it's the government is behind everything. More people get eaten. You know, there's not a whole lot of plot to this movie, to be honest.
No, it's pretty much. I would say it's almost like a series of special effects vignettes. That's how I would describe it. It's a series of really cool deaths with a lot of running.
Yeah, everybody runs in this movie.
Everybody
And I
runs.
don't know if you noticed him or not. One of the guys in the hazmat suits in the sewer with the rocket launcher, that's Bill Moseley.
Yes, I saw that he was
So that was cool to see him all freaked out and, you know, doing his Bill Moseley thing. But yeah, it's literally like an audition reel of special effects. Like,
yeah, and a who's who of like 80s horror.
So
But yeah, they throw everything they have at this fucking thing. They're, you know, trying grenades and rocket launchers and just nothing's, it's just pissing the thing off. It's eating people left and right. And then the Reverend guy, right? You gotta love this character.
Oh yeah. Oh, Del Close. Yeah,
Mhm.
which is insane because he was the, you know, he's obviously head of Second City, and was, you know, teacher, quote, mentor to Bill Murray and John Belushi. And so when they were on set, he would, you know, consistently regale the cast with, you know, tales of John Belushi.
And he actually was in Beware the Blob.
Yeah, he was in Beware the Blob.
Yep.
He went to high school, and I guess the female lead in the original Blob, opposite Steve McQueen, was his high school sweetheart. So he has connections to every iteration of the Blob, this guy.
Yeah.
And then he's in the
so
remake.
speaking of tie-ins and Steve McQueen,
Yeah.
I guess they had originally approached Steve McQueen's son,
And he turned it. Yeah,
and
he turned it down.
Yeah.
Which
and I don't know of him from anything other than fucking
Karate Kid.
That Karate Kid. Yeah, he was one of the bullies
Yeah,
in
that's it.
Karate Kid. And that
Nope.
was his career choice. Was
That is the
being
only
Blob
thing I've seen.
because he
And
didn't
then
like the script. Okay.
I'm pretty sure that they killed him off in Cobra Kai. I don't even think they killed him off. I think they say he's in prison. Like, where's Dutch? Prison.
He probably refused to be in that too.
Yeah. That's funny, man.
I'm a McQueen. Okay.
Mm.
How's that working out for you? But yeah, the Reverend guys proclaiming, you know, it's the end of the world, and you know,
Rapture's coming soon, sister.
He gets fried,
soon.
half of his face gets burnt off, which is kind of cool effect. I like the makeup that they did on him. I just love that motif. It's in so many movies of the villain or one of the villains getting half of their face fried. You know, it's the Phantom of the Opera, Jaws 2,
Phantom of the
Michael
Mall.
Myers. You know, there's so many villains with a half a face.
Yeah, Jaws 2. I love it. Yeah. Give that shark a hockey mask. You know.
But yeah, they figure out that the creature can't tolerate cold after the original hint that we get in the cooler. The extinguisher gas is making it feel some kind of way. So
making it feel some kind of way. That's so funny. I guess this was one of the first movies to actually use actual computer animation in it. So when it shows the little ice cube blobs on the ground, and you see the lightning in the little purple ice cubes. That's like cutting edge CGI. That's the
Yeah,
only CGI that
1988 CGI.
yeah, that I guess Chuck Russell was okay with being in the movie because he's like the rest of it looks like Tron. Like so no. So that's cool, you know.
Very cool.
Early CGI. So that's yeah. And there was
They get the liquid nitrogen trucks. She has her big heroin moment. And they flash freeze the blob, and then
It snows.
snows.
and happy ending. Everybody's safe. The blob is gone, but then
Sort of.
sort
Right.
of in typical 80s fashion, we have our surprise ending.
Or PS.
Little
Question mark?
yeah.
Yeah.
Is the blob gone?
Right.
We
The
have our
end?
crazy
Question mark?
preacher
Mhm.
who has a little mason jar or a little like I don't know, like a sugar jar or something, canning jar maybe. He's got the blob sealed in this little jar, like just a little piece of the blob.
Yep.
And he's got this huge shit-eating grin on his face. And I forget what he says exactly, but he kind of hints
The
that
lady
he
asks him
holds the
when the
power
rapture's
to end the
coming,
world, you know.
and he says soon,
Yeah.
soon, and he's looking at that.
Bum bum bum.
You're gonna
Bum
fly
bum
to heaven.
bum. Yeah.
I do like the movies different than the original, as in the thing shows up and it murders everybody. It doesn't just go after teenagers. That's kind
Right.
of cool. You know?
There's no
Um,
theme song in this one.
no, no. Meh. But but I guess I was today years old when I found out that in Phoenixville, Pennsylvania, where the original was shot, they have a Blob Fest every year
Yeah, I
at the
saw something
theater.
about that.
That's pretty cool, man. And I guess they reenact the scene where everybody runs out of the theater every year. So that's cool. If we're
I
ever in
love that.
Phoenixville,
Yeah.
Pennsylvania, we're gonna go Blob Fest. Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine they probably have people from all three Blob movies show up and sign autographs and stuff.
Like it's cool. It's cool.
And like Shawnee Smith said that even though she's gone on to be in the Saw series, she gets very tickled when people come and bring her Blob stuff to sign at conventions, because she's always kind of amused that movie does have its cult following.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's
and
not big
she's
into
another
horror.
actress who doesn't like horror movies.
Yeah.
Like she's stated that they're too scary for her or whatever, but she's in so many of them, It's
Yeah.
like,
She what was it? This movie got her Harry Crumb, I guess,
mhm.
because that's the first movie I remember seeing her in was Harry Crumb. Then I remember The Blob. But
And Summer School's the first movie I ever saw Shawnee Smith in.
What
yeah,
I
Summer
think
School.
of when somebody says Shawnee Smith is The Stand. She plays one of the
Yeah.
evil characters who kind of torments
Um,
Rob Lowe and the guy who plays Patrick on SpongeBob, the big football player dude. MOON, that spells, whatever.
oh, nope,
Um,
nope.
the guy from Coach.
Yeah, okay. Yep, that dude.
What's his name, Coach?
I don't Gomer, I
Gomer,
think
something
so,
like
but
that.
But
he's
yeah, he
also
plays a mentally handicapped guy in The Stand. And she
yeah,
torments
yeah.
him and ends up running off with the villains in Vegas. And yeah, just a
Oh
really
boy.
horrible, mean, evil character. But
The Stand is wild.
yeah,
Yeah.
but cute as a button, great actress. Um, I love that they brought her back for Saw 3. It was 3,
Yeah.
right?
No,
Yeah.
no, she's in Saw 2.
Was it 2? Okay, is that when she came?
I'm
Oh,
a big Saw. Well, yeah, she's in the original Saw, and then she pops up in part 2. Spoilers, kids, as Jigsaw's helper,
yeah.
and then she's in the next couple until Jigsaw number 3 comes. So yeah, but it was cool seeing her because I was like, oh shit, the chick from the Blob when I Saw. So I was um, yeah, no, I dig it, man. It's a great movie. I guess the marketing was nonsense for it because there was a new studio taking over New World Pictures. Is that what they said? And
Yeah, and they
so
just weren't interested in
yeah,
previous properties, from the company that they were buying.
yeah.
So,
Because I don't even remember seeing trailers for this movie on TV. I just remember going into the video store and the poster was on the door. And then we rented it and it was like, oh man. So yeah, but yeah, no, I love it. I grew up with it. So, yeah.
yeah, the first time
Yeah.
I watched it was on cable. I was probably 15. 16.
And then I saw this before I saw the original. Actually, yeah, I didn't see the original till I was a teenager.
Okay. And I saw the original with my dad. Like
Yeah.
my dad had all the old classic horror films on VHS. So we watched, The Blob, The Tingler, Mask of the Red Death,
Yeah.
the original House of Wax, which I absolutely adore.
Such a good movie. Such a good movie.
And it was a pretty big deal. I mean, it was 100 some odd thousand budget in 58, which, even then wasn't much. And then they ended up making, I think, like 4 million plus. So it really kind of was a box office success. So it's not surprising, that they ended up doing a remake 30 years later, but yeah, very iconic, very fun. Like you said, it's just a fun movie. It's not, you're not
Intellectually
gonna
taxing.
right. There's no Oscar worthy performances. There's no,
No.
it's not something that's gonna, I've got to see it every month or every year, but it's fun. And I guess if I was going to rate it out of 5 stars, I would give it a 3.5. Not quite 4, just because there really is no plot. And I would say the same thing for the original Blob. There's just no plot. It's all about people getting eaten by, an amorphous creature, which is cool enough in itself and entertaining enough that you don't really need much of a plot. But yeah, it's just a fun movie, popcorn movie.
Yeah. So what do you call it? A cheapy creature or cheapy creechy, something like that. Creechy, cheapy, something. Yeah, the 50s one. He's like, do it on the cheap. I am gonna give this 4 ribbed for her pleasures. Because it's a great movie. I grew up with it. I love it. I was a special effects kid growing up. Everybody's great in the movie. There's not I don't think there's a weak member of the cast in the flick.
Nope, I agree. And all solid genre actors.
Yeah. Nope. All solid performances.
So straight up 4 ribbed for her pleasure.
So funny. Okay. I love this. It's not even really a nostalgia watch for me because growing up I had seen I had seen stills from it in Fangoria.
Yeah.
And seen the box cover and stuff like that, but never actually seen the movie. So I'm gonna give it 4. For Jeffrey DeMuns.
4 sheriff stars.
For sheriff stars. He is also in a very little, I would say, underappreciated horror film called Warning Sign.
That was good.
With G.W. Bailey from Police Academy and Kathleen Quinlan and Sam Waterston as well. And it's essentially like, what if we put this chemical on these vegetables and we were trying to make them grow more, and then it actually turned people into homicidal maniacs. And it's a great little film, and Jeffrey DeMunn plays a scientist, and yeah, I really dig that. So 4 sheriff stars for me.
3.5 mullets for me.
There we go. See, that's awesome, man.
That was good.
So now is the time on the show where we do what the namesake of the show is, the scared shit list. And this is the part where we talk about what actually scared us watching this film, or what might have scared us if we had watched it alone at night, or just kind of caught the right scene at the right moment. And for me, it's got to be the phone booth scene, where you hear that her hero's, on his way to rescue her. And as soon as she hears that, she knows, oh no, I'm here and this Blob is here. Where's he? And you see him and his face is all fucked up and you see her reaction, it was just so visceral and truly terrifying. The hopelessness of it all. That to me was my personal scariest moment in the film. The number 2 would have to be the drain. Just the tension, you know what's going to happen, and boom,
Yeah.
it does.
Yeah, that stuff's terrifying. I have to go with the phone booth, man. That was always my favorite effect, scene, death, whatever in the movie. It's yeah. Because the character herself doesn't really know what's coming, I don't think, but we do. Like when it's totally engulfed, you're like, uh-oh. And then when it happens, they did it in such a cool way that it's like really brutal. You know what I mean? When it finally does crash through the booth, you're like, ah. So yeah, no, absolutely the phone booth. I have to go with the phone booth.
Well, I don't I don't want to be yeah. I'll say the uh my see the scare as far as like the scariest or the one that I love the most. So I would say that the one that was scariest I found was definitely the phone booth. The one I loved the most was Ricky Paul Golden trying to, cop a feel on Erica Leniak and just getting just annihilated in the car. I loved that scene.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Served him
her
right.
body when it collapses reminded me of Invasion of the Body Snatchers. That moment when
Yeah,
it kind
yeah.
of falls apart in his
Yeah.
arms, you know.
And it's brutal too. Like when that thing explodes on him, you're like, yes, get him. Because it's all like, bah, and
It's that
it's
horror movie justice, yes.
yeah, it's really good, man. It's really good. So, but yeah, absolutely.
Those are ours. Yeah.
Well, so this is going to be kind of a shorter episode, I guess, because there's not a whole lot of plot to this movie.
No.
But I think it's all the better for it just because of the type of movie it is. It's a creature feature, and you don't need a whole lot of plot. I'm sure if we did something like King Kong, it would be a very similar thing. They go from point A to point B to point C, and then your grand finale. So very fun movie. I would highly recommend it, especially to anybody who enjoys 80s horror and practical effects, um, and mullets.
Mullets and bleakness. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Because I love the ending of this movie because it's so you're like, oh no, what's Reverend Horton Heat gonna do over there?
It's very dark.
Yeah,
Which
very horror movie. Love it, love it. So
They were supposed to do another Blob movie with Samuel L. Jackson back in 2015. They were in
glad they didn't.
pre-production. Um,
Rob Zombie was attached to it for quite a
Uh-huh.
while, and apparently it was some kind of blob monolith thing. And no, we need to stop giving that guy money. Um, you know,
Right.
I literally
Blob is
thought it was going to be.
terrorizing some trailer trash. Sherry Moon
That's what I
Zombie
was going to
comes and
say.
saves the
It's not a
day.
blob; it's a trailer, just engulfing people. Like,
yeah.
But Bill
Hard
Mosley
pass.
probably would have been in it.
Yeah. So, and then the preliminary sketches showed a blonde female with guns blazing in the. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. Like this is actual stuff we've seen with our eyes. It's wild. So
He needs to just stop letting her
he's
act.
so creative. Stop it, honey.
Like,
He's
just
so creative.
Seriously.
So creative.
And I love White Zombie.
It
so.
reminds me of Citizen Kane a little bit. Like, you remember the opera singer that he falls in love with, and he's trying to make her into a star, and she
Oh,
just
boy.
can't fucking sing.
Yep.
All of the critic, and he loses his best friend because he does an honest review about her. Like, yeah, she can't fucking sing.
But he feels it just in his bones.
News on the march.
No. Yeah. That's yeah. No. Yeah.
I like that kid's Rosebud. Okay, so what do we want to do next time?
I would like to do Don't Look Now. Because it truly unnerves me, scares me. I think it's a wonderful study of grief, of unresolved grief, of how men, no offense to anybody in this room, how men have an inability to deal with their feelings. And that this particular person
Yeah, I'm
who
really
chooses,
good at anger, just so you know.
yeah, right. And how this particular couple deals with the grief of losing their child. I really love it. I feel like it deserves everything, in the whole wide world. But yeah, I would say that. And I'm not sure if it's streaming necessarily, so we're gonna have to like look into that. But
I've got a Half Price Books nearby. If it's on physical media, they'll probably have it.
yeah,
But there's always
that is
Amazon.
cool. My goodness. No, that is cool. I like that.
Okay.
So
Well, any final thoughts on the Blob 1988?
just it's just fun. I like it. I like it more than it's just a fun movie. It's just a fun movie to watch, and the cast is really good. And yeah, the dialogue, and obviously the old joke of oh, I didn't know your father was a pharmacist.
Yes.
I remember when my dad told me that joke for the first time. Yeah, so I love that they put that in a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's a lot of fun. And I think, I saw a lot of movies way younger than I probably should have, but this movie, seeing it as like a 9-year-old was great. It was a lot of fun. It wasn't like a horror movie that, I had to sleep with the lights on for the next 2 weeks. Um, it's 80s. I love it.
I
Yeah,
will
because
say that I enjoyed my dad's response to it when it came out. We watched it on pay-per-view when it was first released on video.
that's cool.
And he was excited about it because he'd seen it, as a kid.
Mhm.
And to see it, in 80s style versus 50s, just was a treat for him. And to see his reaction to it was a good memory. So
See, that's
I
cool.
wish that I could have the same sort of feeling about the remakes that they're doing of the shit I loved when I was a kid, but
Yep.
we'll get a good one sooner or later. Hopefully,
Mhm.
maybe never. We'll see.
I don't know. I'm hearing
Oh no.
I'm hearing really good things about Running Man.
Yeah.
I've heard nothing but good shit coming out of people who have been able to pre-screen it. And so I think fingers crossed.
Yeah, I'm excited about it because they did The Long Walk, and The Running Man was in the same collection as The Long Walk, the Bachman books.
Mhm.
And if they stick closer to the book, I think it'll be actually probably better than the 80s movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger, which I
Mhm.
enjoyed as a kid, but I went back to watch it recently and I was like, oh man, this is
Yeah,
rough.
it's no. I did a survey about the trailer I watched for The Running Man, and it was like, "Are you a fan of the '80s one?" And I was like, "Fuck no." And it was just funny. It was just funny.
Although Arnold has probably my favorite Arnold line. Um, he's like, I'm going to shove my fist into your stomach and break your goddamn spine. Ah!
Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah. I don't know. I'm probably gonna check out the what is it? The Predator Badlands this week. That's the one I'm gonna probably check out.
Yeah, I
It's
saw the
on
ads
Hulu.
for it. I saw the
Um,
trailer. Yeah, it looks pretty
yeah, I watched the one that came out because the same guy who did Prey like 2 years ago, he did Killer of Killers this year, which is all CG, and that was really cool. That was a lot of fun. There's a predator with an amputation in that movie. It's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. He has a prosthetic and he kicks a lot of ass. It's cool. Um, so that was a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to Badlands. That looks like it should be really cool too. So yeah,
Okay,
Predator
so
stuff, man.
so what's the name of the one we're gonna do next week?
We are doing the Nicholas Roeg classic from the 70s, Don't Look Now, starring Donald Sutherland and Julie Christie.
Okay, I'm
Like,
looking forward to it, and
Now,
I
okay, wait, Sims, have you seen it?
no, I have not. And I love
Oh,
Donald Sutherland, you know
okay.
that because Invasion of the Body Snatchers and MASH and
Okay.
all the things. So
Interesting. Okay.
it's good.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad I didn't give away the fucking ending. Jesus. I was like this close to being like, well, the ending, because the ending is so well known. So that's good that okay, great. Hey, this will be a first time watch for Sims. I'm excited.
That's awesome.
yay.
73rd for me, but yeah. So
Yeah, I've been trying to watch more 70s horror.
so good.
Doesn't get enough credit really.
No, I love it.
Yeah.
There's a genuine feeling of just unease and discomfort and down endings and there's something very relieving about watching those with the current climate. It just is. It's just like, oh, yep, that's
Yeah,
right.
movies filmed in the Vietnam era kind of fit well into the shit we're going through now. So
Yeah, absolutely.
I've been watching a lot of George Romero flicks the
Yeah.
last like 2 weeks, man. Every night she'll go to bed and I put on just, I've been picking them at random now. Like
Watch Martin yet?
it's coming. I can't find
Oh,
it,
I can't wait to do
but it's
Martin
coming.
with you
Yeah.
guys. Martin
No, I
makes
haven't looked for it, to be honest with
Martin
you.
really freaked me out.
Martin's fucking crazy, man. Martin's a crazy movie, but
The ending
know.
too, it's so subtle. As the credits are rolling and they're doing the radio show, and then this voice comes on. I think I know a person who is the Count, and I'm like, ugh! I got
nah,
the
Martin. I thought Martin was great. My mom who liked vampires didn't, which is funny, but it's kind of rapey.
yes, it
It's a
is.
little rapey, but it's a but yeah. So the last like 2 weeks, man, I've been putting on like Savini flicks. There's a great one on Tubi. It's a documentary about when he shot the commercial for he shot a trailer for Resident Evil game in the 90s for
Yes.
Capcom. And there was some sort of contractual thing where it was never shown outside Japan. Well, there's a 2 fucking hour documentary
Yep.
about him doing it. It's really good. It's really good. I put it on. And so yeah. You just got to get through the first like 20 minutes of it. Then it gets to the meat. But yeah, his movies are real bleak, man. So I've been watching a lot of those lately. So yeah. Go 70s.
Yay. Go 70s.
All right, guys. Love you. See you next time. And it's a wrap.
Love you too.
Awesome.
Bye, Sims.
Bye.